Hey guys, welcome to a brand new rebuild on the channel, which we're going to be rebuilding Valencia, a team that are currently down in the relegation spots of La Liga, which is crazy considering how good Valencia used to be. You can see that they've won the Spanish Championship 6 times, won 8 domestic occasions. They've also won the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and added the Europa League to the trophy cabinet in 2004, followed by the UEFA Super Cup the season after. A team that's got great history, a great heritage, but currently are looking like they're going to get relegated in the Liga, which is crazy to think about, as I say it again. But before we get into this rebuild, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Let's get straight into this rebuild. Okay, so as you can see, this is a team we currently have here at Valencia, and as you can see, quite a lot of players we have are on loan. The likes of Lino's on loan from Atletico Madrid. Almeida, I think, is a current player here. Nico Gonzalez is on loan here. We also have Justin Cliver. We have Mariba here on loan. So we've got quite a few players that I think are going to make permanent signings, especially like some Mariba and Nico Gonzalez, because they are good young talents. I think will be incredible players for us. Moose, we're going to convert into a right wing, because yeah, we need him to play that role. And then Lino, depending how he performs this season, I might bring him back next season. But obviously, we do a Cliver on the bench as well. The back line is something we are going to change. We're going to keep Diakabi here, I think. I'm not sure which one of these we are going to keep. Obviously, Comer, sorry, is a 74 and Diakabi is 75 rated. But Diakabi is 1 year older than Comer. We do have Palisa. We're going to switch Chenkoski and Mosquera. We're going to learn out Mosquera. And Mamashvili is going to be our goalkeeper, obviously. Hingadero, we've got some good backup players. So we are going to bring in a backup midfielder to replace Gonzalez on the bench here. But yeah, we've got a pretty decent team here. It does need improving in certain areas. So midfield, we're going to keep the same because I want to give these players the room to grow, see if they can perform for us. We're probably going to just spend our money on the defence on 2 centre backs and maybe a striker to replace Cavani. Yeah, so just get into the signings and show you which players I bring in. And as you can see, for the striker position, we brought in the man who impressed at the World Cup, Gonçalo Ramos here from Benfica, but for 36 million, I think we spent on him. And yeah, he's going to be a great starting striker for us. We are going to let go of Edison Cavani to give Gonçalo Ramos and Hugo Duro the game time, because obviously Edison Cavani is much older, 35 years old, I believe he is at this point. And yeah, Gonçalo Ramos should be a great striker for us and should score a lot of goals and become a great striker for the longevity of the rebuild. Okay, so after deadline day, this is how our team currently looks. We've got Gonçalo Ramos, obviously we brought in. We also spent on our defence. We brought in Eric Garcia from Barcelona, and we also brought in Marato from Benfica as well. And that's the only signings we did make. We also made a Nico Gonzalez a permanent signing, actually. We brought him in from Barcelona. We actually gave him Edison Cavani, just a player swap deal. And depending on how Lino does this season, I might make him a permanent signing. Being 22 years old, he could be a decent talent for us. But there are a couple of other players that I do want to bring in, and obviously the rest of the bench we need to replace Castillejo probably at some point with a better. I mean, because today, to be fair, is a decent backup. Mariba, depending on how he does this season, I might make him a permanent signing, but he could leave in January depending on how much game time he gets. And Cliver, hopefully he does well as well. Doesn't take too much game time away from Lino. Yeah, let's see how this team does at the end of the season. Obviously got an alright team there. I think we should survive relegation, and I think we've got to finish mid-table and maybe push for a Conference League position with this team. Let's show you how the team did at the end of the season. Depending if I make any deals happen in January, I will show you those. Okay, so at the end of season 1 here, as you can see, we finished 7th in La Liga, which is quite impressive considering, you know, the team is currently in 18th place in real life. You can see that's the rest of the table. The team's getting relegated at Bilbao. Have done quite bad for themselves this season. And you see Real Madrid ended up winning the league, 11 points clear of Atletico Madrid. In the Super Copa, we obviously weren't involved. We actually made it to the semi-final, sorry. Got knocked out by Real Madrid. In the Copa de España, where did we make it in this? We made it, how far? We made it to the round of 16, we got knocked out by Espanyol. Okay. Obviously, we weren't involved in any European competitions this season. So let's check out how the team did in terms of in the squad hub, in terms of stats. Gonçalo Ramos picked up 19 goals and 3 assists in all competitions. Lino 14 and 9, but he isn't going to be staying for season 2. I made a signing that's going to, it's already here, but he's going to be taking up position over in season 2. Musa, we've gone up +8 to an 82 rating. 13 and 4. Andre Almeida, 5 and 5. Mariba, 5 goals. Gaia, Nico Gonzalez, and Guillermo here pretty much doing the exact same. Let's show you the actual growth of the team real quickly. And so you got Gonçalo Ramos up to an 82. And this is the player that I brought in, Talis Magno from New York City FC. We brought him in to be left wing next season. He's got a position now, but he's going to be taking it over next season from Lino. In midfield, we've got some great growth. We've got some good growth in defence as well. Morata up to a 78, +4 for him. Eric Garcia +3 or +4, I believe, as well. A guy up to an 84, Marshall up to an 82. Yeah, we've got a good team here. We need to improve our bench next season, I think. Lato, I'm not sure if he's going to be leaving us, because I don't think I gave him a new contract in the end, I remember now. Yeah, we're going to keep Lato as a backup left back for now. We've got one player out on loan. Yeah, we need to improve our backups in midfield. We made Mariba a permanent signing as well. And yeah, let's get into season 2 and improve this team even, or not improve the first team, but just improve the bench of this team to make it more, give it more squad depth so we can achieve more. Okay, for season 2, we're not going to make any changes to the team because I want these players to continue growing and giving them a game time. On the bench, you can see we might need some more players. I'm going to send out a youth scout for a couple of months to see what he can find. We've got Ratchet back from his loan here. He's going to be a good squad player for us alongside Mariba in midfield. As I mentioned, sending out a youth scout to find players, and I'm also going to keep an eye on the free agents list and stuff like that. But let's just see how we perform in season 2. Obviously, I think we get Conference League football finishing 7th, or is it Europa League football? Not too sure. But we do get European football this season, I believe. So we've got that to look forward to. And yeah, just see how this team performs and see if we can push for Champions League football this season. Okay, so at the end of season 2, as you can see, we finished 3rd in La Liga, which means we will get Champions League football next season. We've done quite well there in the Copa de España. Had a bit of a perform in that. We made it to the final, got beaten by Barcelona in that. Where's the Copa del Rey? It isn't there. How did we do in the Conference League? Oh, we lost the final to Lens. We beat Galatasaray, they beat Bruges. We beat Zagreb. I feel like we should have won that. I feel like we could have won that competition. But let's check out the stats of the team. I've brought in a couple of youth academy players just for the bench, just to bring up the squad numbers a little bit more. Got Chara Ramos of 31-4. Musa 25-7. Tales Magno, that's what I like to see from you, lad. 19-11. Guillemon 7-4. Correa doing quite well for himself. Mariba 5-7. Now Racic will be leaving next season. He was unhappy about his game time. Andrea Almeida 16 assists. That's impressive from a young lad. And next season, in terms of transfers, I don't know what I want to do again. I think we don't change anything about the team again. I mean, the only position we could upgrade is, not upgrade, but replace is maybe Correa right back if he doesn't grow anymore, being 25. And Simo Jose Guy being 29, being 86 rated, but I do want to keep him. Let's just get into season 3 and see what happens. We've got Champions League football, so we might need to bring in someone for the team. I don't know where. But yeah, let's get into season 4 and see how this team performs. Okay, season 3 here, we're making one signing to the centre position. We're buying controller with Nacho here from Man United. It's 82 rated, same rating as Morato. But Morato is going to take 17 weeks to go up in overall. So I'm going to bring in Nacho to be his, the centre back alongside Eric Garcia. And he hopefully should grow this season. It was a player that I was going to bring in at the start of the rebuild. But why not bringing him out? Season 3, we got 250 million to spend. Only spent 50 million on him. He's going to be a great player for us. So let's get into season 3 and see how this team performed. Okay, so here we're at the end of the season. As you can see, we finished 5th in La Liga, which is obviously worse than we did last season. We finished 3rd the previous season in the Super Copa. How did we do? We reached the semi-finals again in that Copa de España. We didn't reach the final. We didn't reach the semi-finals. We got knocked out by Espanyol in the quarterfinals in the Europa League. How did we do in this? We got knocked out in the quarters. We lost the second leg 4-2. We were winning. It was 2-1. The first leg. We won the first leg at home 2-1. Then we went to Frankfurt and lost it 4-2. We could have been in the final. And that's why I managed rating this so low. Why is it so low like that? But let's check out how the team did. Controller Ramos up to an 86 rating now, 31-4. Tades Magno went up to an 85, 19-3. Musa up to an 89 rating, 17-14. Moriba clearly played a lot of games this season, 13-8. Andrea Almeida 10-9. Hugo Duro off the bench, 6-2, good from him. Jose Gaia up to an 88. Guillemon up to an 86. Nick Gonzalez 82. Yeah, we're going to replace, if I'm not fired, obviously, Thiago Correa up to an 85. We're going to have to buy a centre mid next season. But how did this team not do better in La Liga? Look at this. An average rated player is what, 82 rated centre mid, Nico Gonzalez, but then, you know, obviously there isn't really anyone on the bench to replace him. We have brought in a couple of free agents here and there. But yeah, how did this team not finish like in Champions League football and not win the Europa League as well? Let's just hope I don't get fired going into season 4. And going to make a huge signing for the centre mid, and depending on Andre Almeida's growth, I might replace him, because he's actually done quite well to keep himself in this team. But yeah, let's get into season 4 if I don't get fired. And yeah, let's see how this team, see what signings we can bring into that centre mid position, because it's going to be a big one. I can tell you that for free. It's going to be a very big signing. Okay, season 4, this is the team we're going to go in with. As you can see, we brought Davide Vitesse in for about 17 million. It's going to be an incredible midfielder, 25 years old at this point. Obviously Italian, looks like an incredible player for him, playing for Sassuolo in real life at this point. And as you see, Gonzalez has been converted to a CDM, so you have backup to Guillemon, to allow Mariba and Cotton ready to play to get game time, sorry. Morato's going to stay, Morato, sorry, is going to stay as a backup centre back. Yeah, this team should do well. Hopefully we push for the title this season. Unfortunately, I've had to sell Hugo Doro, so we brought in a backup striker for the free agents in Hayes, who could be pretty decent for us. Got some decent stats on him. So yeah, let's just get into the season and see how this team performed. Hopefully, as I mentioned, get a title push and get Champions League football. Okay, so end of season 5, as you can see, we actually won La Liga, only 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, who was second place. We picked up quite a lot of draws, which is quite interesting. We didn't get a score of amount of goals, but we conceded less than them in the end. In the Copa de España, we actually won that trophy. Can we do a treble? But we're in the Europa League. We won the Europa League as well. We did the treble. Enough to see it. Let's see how the team did in terms of their stats. There's been some incredible growth in this team. I just saw there. Gonçalo Ramos, 85 and 6. With an 89 rating. Musa was on 92. With 22 and 13. Carlos Magno was 17 and 6. With an 87 rating. Fatesi in his first season, 15 and 7. Andre Almeida, 5 and 17. And Jose Guy has gone under the radar on this rebuild. Up to a 91 rated, 31 years old. If he can make it to a Champions League final before he has to leave the team or get replaced. Nick Gonzalez still growing. Thierry Correa, I might have to replace him. Get him on up to an 88. We'll check out the team properly over here real quickly. As we've already seen, a couple of players down. Got Inacio Garcia, 86. Marshall Villi, 87. And on their bench, got some decent growth now. Unfortunately, I think I'm not sure who it was that wanted to leave. I think it might have been Mariba that wants to leave, and I can't stop him from leaving. So he's going to leave in next season. So yeah, we're going to have to replace him on the bench. I'll look into the free agency. Got coins already here, up to an 80 rating. Got some decent backups there. But yeah, let's get into season 5. We're going to have Champions League football, obviously. Let's see if we can win it with a team like we've got. We surely can do quite well. Might have to get a new right back. I'll have a look at his development plans and if we need to replace him. But yeah, let's get into season 5. And maybe that's the season we'll win the Champions League. Here we are, end of season 5, and we have made it to the Champions League final up against Real Madrid, who beat Barcelona in their El Clasico semi-final. We beat Juventus, as you can see there. Let's see how we did in La Liga. We finished second, 4 points behind Atletico Madrid, who went on to win the title. In the Supercopa, we actually won the Supercopa against Atletico Madrid. In the Copa de España, we didn't make it to the final. Osasuna won that trophy. Got knocked out by Sevilla, who ended up losing to Osasuna, so that ain't great. But if I get into the final, let's have a look how the team has done in terms of their stats. Gonçalo Ramos again, just blowing this up, just doing incredible. I struggled to get 1 word out there. Just reading all the other numbers out that were on the screen. Gonçalo Ramos, 35 and 5. Musa, 22 and 9. Tades Magno, 19 and 13. And Fratesi, 17 and 15. And Andre Almeida with 10 assists as well. This man rarely ever disappoints. I think he had 1 season or 2 seasons where he didn't do too well. But then ever since then, he's just been doing absolutely incredible. But yeah, let's get into the final. Fratesi picked up a suspension, I believe, for a domestic competition, hopefully. It isn't for the Champions League final, because we do need him. And you see that's Real Madrid's team on the left there. Vinicius, Dybala, Federico Valverde, Sucic, Brahim Diaz, who's returned to Real Madrid, sorry. Chouameni, Lewis Jean, if he's French, Skriniar, Upamecano, Gatrudia, and Thibaut Courtois in goal. And we're just going to have a quick look at our bench, make sure we've got everyone that we need on the bench. No one that we could have who is better. We probably need a winger option, to be fair, instead of Oliveira. We'll take Ray with us, who's a free agent that we brought in. And yeah, this is the team we're going to go with for the Champions League final, since we've got some good bench options for the final if we need them. Jose Guy's going to be the captain. We're going to take a deep look into the team after the final, if we do win it anyway. Let's get into the Champions League final in the Parc des Princes up against Real Madrid. And before we do this, I kind of want to be in our Valencia colours. And we're going to play in that kit, in the colours of Valencia. They're going to play in their black and gold kit. And yeah, let's get into this final and hopefully become Champions League champions here in Season 5. Controller Ramos, Guillermo's been dispossessed there already. I think Real Madrid have a pretty good team, but Controller in that shield, that's great from him. Stepping up there, Controller Ramos into Thales Manuel. Manuel now. Brazilian, Fifa didn't make a run. A team like Real Madrid 5 seasons down the line. Valverde dispossessed by Nacho. And that, okay, that just wasn't the pass I was looking for. And that Nacho again in there defensively. Passing it is strong suit, but putting in challenges, he can do that consistently. It's offside. Correa, okay, tries to get over to Fratesi, didn't get enough on that. Sucic now. Chouameni hits it, but it's blocked by Guillermo. Thales Manuel feeds it through to Musa. One from Musa has a lot of his pace at this point. Musa, can he find a finish as well? Yes, he can. A foul at either end, well, not at either end of the pitch, but further up the pitch. But Musa went on an incredible run and put the ball into the back of the net to open the scoring here in the Champions League final. I know some people won't like this kit, but I actually really like it. It's obviously the colours of Valencia. It's a great way to represent the club and the city itself in the final. Wearing the colours of the city. And Musa, number 4, is the right winger, the American. Opens the scoring here with a great run and a great finish. I remember he was English when he got added to the game, but he chose American as his nationality. Garcia, good defending there. Gonzalo Ramos now. Fratesi. We find that pass open my corners there, but it actually comes to Manuel in the end anyway. And there's a guy trying to get back. Brahim Diaz. Back to the baller. Part of the baller now. Chouameni. The baller. Real Madrid has shown they can get in behind us. Speaking of that, here they are, Dybala, but Gonçalo Inácio, a fantastic defending there. Andre Almeida. Isn't the most agile player. That was put in the rebound, but Marshvili, what a great save. I thought they were going to score there. But Marshvili, the Georgian, denies them. Andre Almeida blocks the first one, can't get to the second, but Correa gets there. Oh no. Why don't I just clear it? Why don't I just clear it? This is why I just clear it, because we got lucky though. So on the ball, it's for an option. Go over the top here. Gonçalo Ramos on the acrobatic attempt. Forces a good save from Courtois. And now for Tessie to put this one in. Can we find the header someone this time? Yes we can. Obviously last time we were able to find someone, but Inacio's header is saved and put onto the woodwork there. Now Inacio and Musa. Musa now cross it in with the Rabona. Junior now. Obviously a danger throughout this game. And that did not look safe. Eric Garcia gets lucky there. Corner there to Real Madrid. Can we get a kick? Gonçalo Ramos can't win his header, and Milan Skriniar devils them up in this game. It's poor to concede from a set piece, especially corner as well. And we could have dealt with it, and we should be winning this game with more than one goal. But Real Madrid were always in the score. And the team is too good for them not to score. Cross is whipped in, we couldn't get it clear, and it forced Milan Skriniar. I'm not sure why he's completely open in the box like that. But he just forced him perfectly, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. Nothing can do about that. Well, there was, but we didn't actually do it. Musa now, all over the top here. To Gonçalo Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos, it's a good touch. Can he get away from Skriniar? I'll find the finish. No, we can't, because it's a great save, but it comes out to Fratesi. How has he missed? There's an open goal. How has he missed? I'm getting quite lucky here, Real Madrid, with the decisions and stuff like that. Well, not the decisions, but what's going on in the game. If you want the ball, Thierry Correa. Why is Thierry Correa doing that? Why is he just done, man? Oh no, we're going to concede there because of that, aren't we? No, Marshvili. Let's get it. What is going on? So now not being allowed any room here, and that's why, because they can drift away and create space. Miss it again now. Because he's being called in, we're going to whip it in again. Whip it in. It's towards a back post. We can't get anything from it. Great win there by Fatesi. Now here you go. Get him on from range. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, is that, no, he ain't. No, he is. I thought he was offside. Man, you're now. You've got number 7 on your back, so you need to do something. It's through here. Back stick. Gonçalo Ramos. That's some great play. That is some great football. It's a simple tapping in the end for Gonçalo Ramos, but that's a striker's goal. And it's a clinical striker's goal. Being in that position, getting the perfect run, getting in between 2 centre-backs and making your run and tapping the ball in. So I thought Magno was offside when they were giving the ball. But then he wasn't, so I was like, okay, we're just going to keep going. Ball across, and then Manu just taps it in. Not Manu, Gonçalo Ramos, sorry, taps it in. Here you go, get him on, just switch that. I'm sure he's messed it up, but Moose won the header. I didn't expect him to do that. Thierry Correa. Sure, it's his fellow Portuguese teammate. He's hit the crossbar. Gonçalo Ramos going to get to the second attempt. No, he can't. Andre Almeida from range. Andre Almeida. If one Portuguese can't do it, the other one will. Andre Almeida from range. He just scored an absolutely incredible goal. Gonçalo Ramos couldn't score. He hit the crossbar. Magno couldn't win the header, and Gonçalo Ramos couldn't win the header. But it comes over to Andre Almeida. He puts the ball perfectly into the right hand side of the goal from range here. I can see it's passed over to him. He takes a perfect touch on the left foot, lines up with the right, and a perfect finish. Diaz now. I've tried to play my side, but I said the defence didn't follow through. But Gonçalo in that shirt, that's great physicality. Okay, McConnell's not going to fall for it. Vinicius now with a Brazilian in this game. Oh no. Georgie, great save. So that'll go through to the keeper. Now we counter. Gonçalo Ramos. Okay, he's got lucky there. Gonçalo Ramos now can go around the right back case he can. He's round and he's through. But guess what? We're going to be unselfish. We're going to give it over to the Brazilian. And Magno gets himself a goal in the Champions League final. I'm surprised the back heel actually worked out. I thought when I was going to be so unselfish there, it was going to go wrong with Gonçalo Ramos, and then we're going to make the interception and make me look an idiot. But luckily Gonçalo Ramos had the perfect technique, back heeled it over, and Magno put an easy finish and puts it into the back of the net. And we're going to be champions of the Champions League here in season 5 with that goal sealing the victory. Fantastic. So we're going to be champions in any second. Now there we are, the whistle's gone. And we are winning the Champions League 5 seasons into the future. We are winning the Champions League. Obviously Valencia fans will take that, but obviously they've got to survive relegation right now in real life. But what a team we built. All members of the front three scored. Andre Almeida scored a great goal. And yeah, this has been an absolutely incredible team. I'm surprised Jose Guy didn't have to get replaced in this one. He kept going. He's up to a 93 rating at this point, I believe he was. Obviously the captain of the team in real life gets to lift the Champions League trophy. The defence was absolutely incredible. Obviously they scored a quite weird goal in the fact that the ball just fell to Skriniar, who was completely open in the box from a corner. But other than that, the defence made no mistakes. Everyone in the defence was incredible. Eric Garcia was great. Gonçalo Inácio was incredible. Jose Guy was pretty good. And Thierry Correa was pretty good. But here we are, 5 seasons into the future. It's lagging a little bit here as we're getting up to lift the trophy. Losing a bit of frames, but Ramos, Jose Guy lifts the trophy here. And we completed the rebuild. Things you're to see. And we're going to take a look into the team here in any second after the celebrations have been done. So if you don't want to look into the team and me give my thoughts on the players, I couldn't get my words out right now. If you're not interested in that, you can feel free to click off now. But appreciate it. Like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. I'm hopefully going to do more rebuilds, so listening to ideas to do new teams to rebuild. And this Valencia one is one I planned ages ago. I actually started recording it a while ago on a PS4. But then I got fired from the rebuild back when they were a little bit scuffed, when you couldn't really do them because of the manager rate and stuff. But now you can do rebuilds properly. And another rebuild complete here. And this goes into the completed list. There's a few more rebuilds on the channel that you can go check out. There's a playlist at the end of the video. There's a couple of chromos on the channel you can watch. There's a Man United chroma going on right now as well. My Hogwarts look if you play through. But yeah, let's have a look at the team in depth right now and give my thoughts on the players. So yeah, obviously Gonçalo Ramos, absolutely incredible striker. We saw it in that final. He scored his goal and came close to grabbing a second. Obviously, unselfishly gave the other one to. He could have had a hat trick in that final if he'd scored that other one. I probably would have took it with him if it was for the hat trick. But Talisman, we didn't get to see much of him. He's 6'1" as a winger, so he's not really an agile, you know, a skillful winger. He's got 89. He's got the skills, but you know what I mean. It's not like a shorter. It's not like Musa basically. But it's a bit more like a Leroy Sané as a winger. But he was pretty good. He felt good in the game. Andre Almeida has got an absolutely incredible goal. I was kind of expecting this guy not to be here at this stage of the rebuild after season 2. I thought we was going to have to replace him. So he wasn't really growing to the level that I expected him to, and his development plans didn't look that promising. Hugo Guillamon, incredible CDM. Actually, a very good CDM, very good at passing as well, even though his passing stats it doesn't look high. He's very good at passing, 95 there. Fratesi, good midfielder, great box-to-box midfielder, can defend, can attack, does what he's meant to do. Moose, a great winger. Recommend you bring this guy in, absolutely loads of pace, very agile, and good at finishing and shooting, obviously, and stuff like that. Thierry Correa, a very good right back. I thought we were going to have to replace him, as I said in the video earlier, but in the end we didn't have to. He was up to an 89 rating. Eric Garcia was actually a very good centre-back, so make a great challenge in that final. And Gonçalo and Nacho are part of that defensive duo is absolutely incredible. Obviously, Nacho, 6'1", and Garcia 6 foot. They're both quite pacey defenders. They're not the most, well, they are physical. Like, and Nacho's got a physical side to him. But Eric, you know, they're not going to outstrength players like Haaland. But what they have is the ability to make the challenges. That works out well. There's a guy, a very good left back. Sorry, obviously 32 years old in his rebuild. He has a player that obviously you can bring in to be a good left back at the start. 84 rated, I believe he is at the very start. And Marshavalli, he's an incredible goalkeeper. That's one thing I will say about him. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. I think I've used him before. Not too sure. I was going to either use him in a rebuild or I've actually used him before. I can't remember. But yeah, he was absolutely incredible. And that's going to call it for the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. And check out other content. Obviously, FIFA Career Mode, Hogwarts Legacy playthrough. And FIFA Rebuilds as well. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.